Do you think it's time for the Packers to move on?
Yeah, it is. It's time for the Packers to move on and Aaron Rodgers. Listen, I said this a couple of days ago. It's been a whole lot of fuss and nothing to show for it. And obviously we know Aaron Rodgers' greatness, how well he plays the quarterback position and what he does for the Green Bay Packers. I'm not talking about football. You don't get better without having Aaron Rodgers, but you do start a new era. And that's my train of thought. And then too, for Aaron Rodgers, there comes a point, I think, in your career when you think you can win a championship and you've had so many bites at the apple and it's just not coming to fruition. And obviously, we know he has a championship. And the safe thing is to say, well, stay in Green Bay because you got the best chance to win. Aaron Rodgers is going to make whatever team he goes to have a better chance to win a Super Bowl, right? And you talk about the roster and all of the things that transpired this offseason with him. I look at this franchise and I look at the individual who is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers wants to win a championship. I don't know if that's going to happen in Green Bay. They got a lot to figure out outside of Aaron Rodgers this year. And then if you're the Green Bay Packers, when do you get the next era started? Because ultimately, all of the things that you going through, all of the conversations, and it's great that him and Brian has a good relationship now and everything is good, but Davante Adams is either going to get franchised or decide that he wants to figure out how to get out of there. Or you got guys that have come in like Randall Cobb, who Aaron Rodgers wanted on the team, who don't know what the future is like. So I'm not 100% sure that all is well in Green Bay when it comes to the decisions that they have to make going into this offseason. But for all of the things that transpire year in and year out, and this team has been to NFC championships. They've been in the playoffs. They lost this playoff game against the San Francisco 49ers. It's been a whole lot of back and forth for it not to come together. And the Green Bay Packers waited, and they were patient and trying to figure out if Aaron was going to come back and play. He was contemplating retiring or going to another team or wanting out of Green Bay. I think you move forward. You start the new era in Green Bay. No, you're not going to be as good of a football team, obviously, without him being the quarterback. But eventually you start to rebuild this thing and figure things out as you go forward. Every team, every franchise has been through it. I think it's time for them to separate. I think it's what's best for both of them.
I think you're wrong. Not when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. I think a lot of that is contingent on what happens with Davante Adams staying in Green Bay or whatever. That's a different subject. But in terms of the Green Bay Packers moving on, hell no. You'd be stupid to do that if you made that call as an organization to move on from Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. Where you going? Jordan Love, 19 for 34, 190 yards and an interception against Kansas City in this lone game as a starter this year. We saw what he did and how he wet the bed against Detroit in the second half of the season finale. He has not been that impressive. We have serious questions as to whether or not he is ready. We've seen no evidence of that whatsoever. So what direction are you going to go in if you lose somebody like Aaron Rodgers? I am not somebody that's keen to be but so complimentary about Aaron Rodgers today. We all know how I feel about the brother. I think he's the baddest man on the planet as a talent at the quarterback position that I've ever seen. But it also elevates the alarming feeling that just reeks through me when I consider how he performed this past weekend against Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers. To score only 10 points in a home game when you had a week's rest, when San Francisco is playing on a short week, as good as that defense is, for you to only be able to muster that with Mr. Matt LaFleur helping you call plays and everything, because he's the offensive coordinator and the guru that has blessed the Green Bay Packers franchise. It ain't because of Aaron Rodgers they win. It's Matt LaFleur. I mean, he's the dude that's winning 13 games a year. He'll do that even when Aaron Rodgers leaves. Please. Ain't nobody believing that. And so to me, I'm just saying, when you talk about Aaron Rodgers making the decision, Swagoo, to move on, I vibe with you on that. There's a multitude of reasons why he could easily decide to move on, okay? And we all know teams will be lined up to take him. But in the end, I would tell you that if I'm the Green Bay Packers, I do everything in my power to keep that brother, because I have no plan B that measures up to his plan A. I have no plan B.
I'm sure they will. But my whole premise is, how much do you want to be in doubt? At what point do you move forward as an organization?
Hold on, stop. What do you mean? I just need clarification. What do you mean be in doubt? What does that mean?
Last offseason, you didn't know if the man was going to come back. This season, he just said on Pat McAfee, I'm going to make a decision. That he didn't say me and Green Bay are going to make a decision, or I'm going to
No,
go.
sorry, let me interject. What I'm saying to you is, I'm saying take into consideration when I'm answering the question. I'm saying Aaron Rodgers says, yeah, guys, I'm willing to come back to Green Bay. I'm saying you, Green Bay, you don't move on. That's what I mean. I understand the trepidation and doubt, but if he says, yo, I want to be here, you take him.
That's not the premise I'm under.
Okay.
I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
I'm talking about how much unknown that this franchise is dealing with the quarterback. And Stephen A., let me tell you something, bro, and you know this as well as anybody. If you want to be somewhere and you're Aaron Rodgers, you will say that you want to be there. What benefit does Aaron Rodgers serve to tell the Green Bay Packers that he doesn't want to return?
You know the answer to this better than me. You want to make sure personnel is kept. Like Devontae Adams is a big deal. You want to make sure you want to come back to the requisite weapons that you left behind this past season. You don't want to lose those.
S.A., those guys are waiting on him. I give Aaron Rodgers credit for this. He did acknowledge that I won't drag this out because of a dude's future. That I respect that probably more than anything he said in the last years.
Right.
But when I think about this particular situation, bro, I don't want to be on hold with ESPN because I'm waiting to see what Stephen A. gonna do.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.